What's going on, FitFam? In today's video, I'm going to teach you one of the best all-time exercises in existence, and that is the squat. The squat is a major compound movement, which means an exercise that utilizes multiple muscle groups at the same time. So this means that you're burning way more calories and getting much stronger, sculpting way more muscle than if you were just doing more isolation exercises. Compound movements are the way to go. It's definitely how you're going to get much better results with less time and effort. Now, of course, the squat is very famous for building our glutes and legs, but it's not only working those muscles, it's also at the same time working your abs, arms, shoulders, and back. That is why it is such an effective compound movement. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to do a good quality squat, whether you're starting as a total beginner just with your body weight, all the way up to doing it with heavy weight on the barbell. I'm gonna walk you through each level so that you can keep improving at whatever level you're at until you're eventually lifting some really heavy weight and getting in insane shape. So let's get into it. All right, the very first variation we're gonna do is the body weight squat. So this is what you would be starting with as a total beginner. There are a couple key points to always remember with your form for the squat. The very first move is you want to hinge back at your hips before you move anything else. So you're gonna stick your hips and butt back as far as you can. Then the second step is going to be to bend your knees. So hinge your butt and hips back as far as you can, then bend at your knees and sink down into the squat as low as you can, really thinking as though you're going and trying to actually sit in a chair. Once you're at the bottom of the range of motion, now to lift yourself back up, you're going to push through your heels. So push your weight through your heels and then give me a tuck and squeeze with your hips and glutes, and that is the full range of motion. All right, the next level up in the squat is now adding in dumbbells. So there's two different ways you can do it with dumbbells. You can either do it with a pair and hold it at your shoulders and then follow the exact same steps. Stick your butt back, hips back as the very first move. Then you're gonna bend at your knees and sink down as low to the ground as you possibly can. Push through those heels to bring yourself back up and tuck and squeeze the hips at the top of the range of motion. Now, the other variation you can do with a dumbbell is just using one heavy dumbbell and doing a goblet squat instead. So with this, you would hold the dumbbell between your hands right at your chest, and then you're going to follow the same steps. Hinge back at your hips, sink that butt back, bend your knees, and get as low to the ground as you can. Drive through your heels, come up to the top, and tuck and squeeze those hips at the top of the range of motion. And as far as foot stance, usually I like to be about just outside shoulder width distance and with my toes pointed out slightly. So this is gonna give you a little bit more activation in your glutes. All right, the next level up, and this is definitely a bit more advanced, is using the actual barbell, which is this very long bar that is on a squat rack like this in your gym. So the barbell itself is 45 pounds or 20 kgs, at least the majority of them are. And the reason why it's so effective is because obviously that weight alone is pretty challenging. But once you start to add weight onto each side, you're really, really going to be seriously overloading all of your muscles, which is going to make you super strong, help you build a ton of muscle, burn a ton of calories, and it's gonna just get you super, super fit all around. So that is why the squat is so powerful. Now, of course, you're not going to immediately jump to starting to use the barbell, which is why you want to progress depending on which level that you're at. But you do want to get to using the barbell as fast as possible because you're just going to get so much better results the more weight that you're able to use, of course, always with good quality form. So same thing here, when you start on the barbell, you're going to want to make sure that it's no more than exactly halfway across your chest. If it's any higher than that, it's going to become too dangerous to actually unrack the barbell once you have a bunch of weight on it. Then you're going to get underneath it and you're going to have the barbell resting across your rear delt, so the back of your shoulders. You're going to pinch your shoulder blades together, keep the thumbs on top of the bar, and then unrack it. And take a few steps back and then position your feet. Again, slightly just outside shoulder width, toes pointed out slightly, and then you follow the exact same range of motion as with any other squat variation. Hinging back with your butt and hips first, then bending at your knees, sinking as low to the ground as you possibly can, and then driving through those heels and tuck and squeeze those glutes at the top. So after you have gotten used to practicing on the barbell without any weight whatsoever, you're then eventually going to be able to continue to add more and more weight until you're eventually using a significant amount of weight, which is when you're going to really start to see crazy results. So remember, you can start at any level and continue to progress, always pushing yourself to do more and more than you were able to previously. And ideally, you want to get on the barbell as fast as you can because it's going to give you the best results. All right, FitFam, that is it. I hope you found this video helpful and that you're now gonna start going and squatting more. You should be incorporating the squat into your weekly exercise at least once per week, and even as much as 2 times per week if you're really keen to get the best results. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video for more fit tips with Nomadic Fitness. Keep crushing.